Hey Bird, this place looks pretty decent. You sure about this apartment?
The story begins with Bird moving into a new building, apartment number 407. He's got a friend named Key helping him out, and as soon as he shows up at the building, he imagines a woman falling from the sky to her death right in front of him. This is just the beginning of a haunting tale. He even feels her blood on his face, but quickly realizes there isn't a woman or blood. It's all in his mind. When Bird gets a call from his mother, he doesn't pick up. This pattern of avoiding her calls continues several times throughout the episode, showing his reluctance.
Bird, why did you quit your job to trade online? You could do both things together, you know.
It seems Bird borrowed money from his friend and is scraping by because of that. He's struggling to make ends meet. Soon Bird discovers that a beautiful woman lives in the apartment next door and she seems mysterious. But when he gets up off the bed, there's nobody there and there's a note with some strange rules on it. It basically tells him not to be alarmed if he hears any strange noises, but he should make it look like nobody lives in his apartment after midnight. Certainly an odd note to receive from your new neighbor, and he doesn't pay much heed to it. However, when he hears some banging on his door at night, he gets frightened and turns off all the lights and follows the rules. He peeks through the curtains trying to see who or what is out there. Bird doesn't pick up his mother's calls because he knows he's done wrong by her. He's been taking drugs and wasting away. Not something any parent would like, and it's likely that he didn't want to hear her nagging or talk to her at that moment so he could feel better about himself. He feels trapped in his own guilt. The next day, Bird knocks on flat 406, even though there's a lock on the door. To his surprise, the door opens slightly, and he peeks at a woman in there. Shocked, he steps back.
When he tells the security guard that someone's trapped in that room, the guy basically reacts as if Bird's gone insane.
I've got to admit the two apartments look quite identical. Bird suddenly wakes up on the toilet seat, realizing he was dreaming the whole thing. Or was he? On the other hand, Key meets the owner of flat 406. He and his wife, who was a nurse, moved into flat 406 back in the day. When he saw the girl next door, he was immediately attracted to her.
The girl, Jane, and the man end up sleeping together, and his wife finds out. They end up leaving the apartment, but before he goes, he slips Jane a note with a warning.
This is the same note Bird got when he arrived at the apartment. It was basically so Jane wouldn't get hurt because of the man's wife. However, the overwhelming guilt was too much for Jane to handle. Tragically, she ended up taking her own life by jumping off the balcony. Bird gets trapped in the apartment at night, and the door is locked from the outside. There are a bunch of new rules he has to follow, like not touching the water in the apartment or trying to escape the room. Additionally, if anyone he knows comes to visit, he shouldn't make eye contact with them or follow them out. This part of the episode is a little bit out of sorts because it wants to surprise us with a twist. Time seems to stretch endlessly in this eerie place. Bird is actually dead, and his mother is performing his final rituals. She uses water to cleanse and calls out to him. Bird still believes he's in the apartment, but in reality, he's already dead. I guess the episode is, in a way, an anti-drug PSA. If Bird hadn't been doing drugs, he'd have never moved away or stopped talking to his mom. Additionally, Bird wasn't able to differentiate between reality and hallucinations, or ghosts, or whatever you'd like to believe, and so he drifted away from the people who cared for him and got isolated. He started to believe those rules and ended up trapping himself in a terrifying situation. In the end, Bird's story is a cautionary tale about the dangers of drug use and the isolation it can bring.
In episode 6's ending, Bird's mother steps into the apartment to say goodbye to her son one last time.
He tries to reach out to her, but he's already gone because Jane leads him to the same fate as hers. He jumped off the balcony from room 407. When the flat door opens, his mom looks back to tell her son she's right there for him, but her friend tells her that her son's already in heaven, and she needs to let go.
Unfortunately, We understand this is not true because Bird is stuck there just like Jane, and it's likely that anybody who moves into that apartment might suffer the same fate, forever trapped in a haunting cycle.